How's everybody doing tonight? This is gonna be a little different one, you know what I mean? I decided I was gonna go ahead and share my testimony, and let people know where I've been and what God pulled me out of. Growing up, we always grew up poor, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have nothing, And honestly, if it wasn't for food stamps, we probably wouldn't have even eaten growing up. But God was there for me, you know what I mean? I always had this sense of God in my life since I was super young. And, I've always looked up in the sky and, never really knew about Jesus as much. I knew about Jesus, but I didn't know about Jesus, And growing up, I used to rap, you know what I mean? I used to do my thing. I was, addicted to almost everything you could possibly even think of, And then I started on painkillers first, and then after that, I moved on to heroin, and I was like at my bottom pits. I was 170 pounds, and I prayed, for God to get me a new life, to get me away from it. And I called so many rehabs, and they turned me away, saying, how much the price was, and the price was just outrageous. And, last one I called was a Christian-based rehab facility, and I never had any thought of ever becoming a Christian or anything like that. I just needed to help, and I just wanted to get free of the addiction. And as I went and had an interview with them, and they accepted me right on the spot. And I told myself, I was like, man, I'm just coming here, to get clean. I'm not gonna follow God. And I even tried to leave the rehab multiple times, 3 times to be exact. Something kept me there every single time. It's like I couldn't get out the door. Then I met one of my friends, Chris. He taught me the lineage of the Bible, taught me about, God, and pretty much gave me the whole rundown, and we had Bible studies. He took time out of his time and brought other guys in, and we just had Bible studies. And then, we started doing praise and worships, and it began to change my life, man. And I started to walk and feel different, that I wanted to have a relationship with God. And then I got baptized, and I was saved. And then, once I graduated, I gave my testimony to the people at my graduation day. They gave me a Bible and some work boots, Bible and work boots, you know what I mean? But I ended up becoming the best man at the guy who taught me the lineage of the Bible. I became his best man at his wedding when he got married. And then lo and behold, the pandemic happened. But before the pandemic happened, I met my wife. And everybody said, you don't know about him. Are you sure you really want to be with somebody who has a past? And she's like, I never knew him before that. And, little did I know she was praying just as much as I was praying, to find somebody to bring us together, And then, we had our first child together. And then our second child 3 years after that, and our third child 3 years after that. And then, like I said, then the pandemic happened, and it was just, it was wreck. My wife lost her job. She was working at the hospital, and because of my son, she couldn't get the shot. And we weren't going to get the shot anyways. We didn't trust it, I don't, whether you got the shot, that's up to you guys. But she was going to get it. No, she wasn't never going to get it, but she couldn't get it. And her doctor, the first thing he asked her was if she had taken the shot, because he thought that's what had caused her heart problems. But then he wouldn't give her the recommendation or write up an exemption form for her to get the shot. And we started drinking. I was drinking a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I fell into that. It's legal, drinking every day, and which led me down a bad path, you know what I'm saying? And then me and my wife finally really got married, 2 years ago. And we was just drinking so much, and it led me to the path of being in the hospital, not knowing if I was gonna make it ever out there ever to see my family or my kids again, and I prayed to God. I'm like, I know I prayed this prayer before, but can you please help me get away from this? And I was just looking for a quick fix, but I did not know the plans that he had for me. And, there was times after I got out of the hospital that I was just so mad. I was kind of even angry at him, like, dude, this is not working out at all the way I wanted it to work. And then, everything changed after that. Everything changed. Since December, everything in my life has changed, whether it be good or bad, It changed who I was as a person. It changed who I was as a father. The outcome that he had for me was so much greater than anything I could ever have imagined. And man, am I so thankful that I sat and I prayed. And I started reading the Bible like every day and getting into his word, and then doing these daily devotionals and daily Bible verses. And, my children are growing even more to love Christ. And, the one thing I never wanted to ever give my children, the things that I never had, but I wanted to teach my kids the things that I never knew. And knowing Jesus is by far one of the most powerful things that you can ever teach your children. Even when they go through hard times, you might slip, you might fall, but Jesus will always be there for you. Because it's not what he can do for you. It's what he's already done on the cross for us. Just remember, guys, I hope my testimony can help somebody out and let them know that I have backslid before, But this time is different. He has a hold of my life farther than I have ever could imagined. And I'm going to keep screaming his name, even if it puts me to death. In Jesus' name, have a great night, guys. God bless you.